Hello, my little love dumplings. It's equally awesome.
Beavis, she said dump.
That's right, I said dump. It has been a very difficult week in win-win land. Oh my lord. Okay, so as you know from last week, I've had some stomach problems going on. My voice is getting a little better. I've still got a few more days without singing, which is driving me knucking futs. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, so I have to go see a specialist on the 10th of next month. It's kind of like, oh, you're throwing up blood? Well, we'll see you on the 10th of next month. It's like, well, thanks. It's actually been really, really hard for me this week, though, because everybody's been, well, all the random strangers I've run into this week have been really, really mean to me. And not just mean, like exceptionally mean, like very rude and I just want to bitch slap me some jerk-offs. For example, the other day I was in a lot of pain and I was very stressed out about some situations at home. So I was like, okay, I want to get out of the house. I want to go out for a while. And we went to a bar. Oh Lord, that was an interesting situation altogether. Okay, first off, two women just corner me. And Chris was right behind me, my husband. So, I mean, I was safe. You know, if anybody had done anything, I would have, you know, had backup. But still, it's like a fight or flight thing because of things that have happened to me in the past. I'm just all like, I'm clamming up and I'm like, ooh. I walk up to the register, I say hi to the bartender who's a friend of ours, and then two women just corner me against the bar. I was up, no. And then one of them says, I love your hair color. I'm like, thanks. She's like, are you a boy or a girl? Are you fucking kidding me? I thought I was over this whole passability thing. Hello. So what? I'm 5'11". This woman didn't know me. I don't know if she knew my past or anything, or had heard about me from other people, because that's how most people around here seem to hear about me. But my gosh, that's audacious. That's rude. And not just that, she was like this big, manly, she had bright red hair and it was in a short, froey, poofy thing, and yeah, she just didn't have it going on. I seriously wanted to pull her aside and say, you know what? I shit things more feminine than you. The only thing that saved that bitch from the wrath of my tongue was the other girl that had cornered me as well. She apologized for cornering me and said, sorry, we're tipsy. She pointed out my hair, your hair color to me, and I'm a hairstylist. I wanted to take a look at it. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, what do you use? I told her what I used. She felt my hair and she goes, wow, it's in really good condition for that. And wow, good job. And I'm like, thanks. And they were both so drunk. Oh my gosh. And that was just one of several rude people I've had to deal with, and she wasn't even the rudest. I'll refrain from going into more stories because, you know, I'm not a negative person. I try not to focus on that. But I did speak at a college this week, and that really cheered me up quite a bit because I was actually told by a few people that I did some good and I changed some misconceptions about transsexuals. It was just a human sexuality class, and, you know, one of the students is a friend of mine and hooked me up with that teacher. We did that class together that day, and I might do other classes with her at different points in time and other speaking engagements. I don't know. We'll see. So time for questions. Mark, you asked about how stubborn we are and if we've ever been in a relationship with somebody stubborn and how the stubbornness affected the relationship, so on and so forth. I'm not a very stubborn person, to be honest. I'm stubborn when it comes to certain things, like my music career, what I want to achieve, my goals. Outside of that, I'm very, very, very flexible. I'm not very flexible about cleanliness. I mean, my room may be messy. Oh, but it's clean. Oh, it's clean. But I'm always in relationships with stubborn people. Always. And, you know, I think it actually balances me out, so I think it's a positive thing. Sometimes it can be extreme from certain people. Well, in the past anyway. And with Chris, it's been extreme at times, but for the most part, it's just a positive thing because I'm really not that aggressive. As I said, though, I am aggressive about some things: music career, helping the community, so on and so forth. I'm very mission minded. Sophia asked what we drink and how do we prepare it. I will be honest with you, I am boring in this area. I used to be a straight edger. I only recently started drinking, and I've only had alcohol a handful of times in my life. I drink water. Sometimes I'll put leaves in it and make tea. That's right, bitches. Good old-fashioned tea. It's just a bag of rose petals. Really. I like rose tea. Bob, you asked what the best way, what we feel is the best way to approach situations, like that awkward situation you had in the bathroom where they were using the word gay inappropriately, where they're being unwittingly bigoted in a sense, but it's not intentional. You know what I mean. But usually I'm just like,
Dude, you're so gay.
I either freak them out or I make them laugh. Either way seems to work. It's situational, purely situational. Megan, you asked what song we love no matter what, no matter how many times we hear it, and which song takes us to that place. And mine is This Woman's Work by Kate Bush. Love it. That song can make me cry anytime. It's gorgeous, and I love the message. Matt, you asked if we could meet anybody in history, who would it be? And you know what? I don't know. There are so many people I would like to go back and ask a million questions. I guess one I can think of off the top of my head is Joan of Arc, because I just find her entire story very, very interesting. And I don't mean the religious aspect of it. That's a very vital aspect of it. But being that powerful of a woman at that point in time, and people not knowing, I just find her subversive on so many levels, even though a lot of people might argue that she was a pawn of the Vatican. So here is my question for the week, and it's actually a fairly serious one. How many places have you lived in your life? And as a result, how varied has your experience been as far as acceptance of your condition or sexuality goes? And the word for this week is flusterbated. Much love to you all, and I hope you're doing very well, and I will see you next week.